everyone, we're going to dinner. It's Valentine's Day dinner time. It's not Valentine's yet, but we're going to dinner and we're celebrating love. So it's exciting. We'll catch you later.
Butterfly booktubers. This is Shannon.
I'm Melanie.
And welcome to our OTP video.
Happy Valentine's Day, honey.
Happy Valentine's Day.
And Shannon's my one true pairing. We've been married for a little over a year. We have some wonderful book ideas for people that may consider Valentine's Day Black Friday or whatever the day Valentine's Day falls on. We have some books for the romantic in you. So let's get started. We have our Butterfly Book Club Book of the Month. For this month, our one true pairing book that we're going to be reading is To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. It's about a girl who sends all these letters out to different guys. She writes them with the intent of just keeping them. They get sent off behind her back. And it goes from there. There is also, it's a trilogy, so the second book is
P.S. I Still Love You. And Always and Forever, Laura Jean.
So we're going to start this year with this book, To All the Boys I've Loved Before, and that's going to be our Butterfly Book of the Month. So
in our book club.
If you are part of our book club, it is a closed book club. You have to be invited by me, Shannon, or our other admin, Megan Shumney. So you would have to be invited by them. I read Boy Meets Boy. It's by David Levithan. I was a little taken aback by the Christian aspect of it because I didn't feel that the representation was kind of sad. People were treated that are gay in this community, and I don't feel that all believers are like that. I'm Jewish, but my family's Christian, and I just feel that was kind of the only thing that set me back. It is a beautiful book. I loved it. I didn't like the audiobook. It's going to take away from a lot of the story. It is a full cast audiobook. It kind of distracted me from the story because of that. It's about this guy, Paul, who's trying to find love. And he meets this guy, Noah, and he finds himself in love with him, and Noah is an artist. At the same time, his former bisexual boyfriend, who doesn't realize that he's bisexual at the time, he's conflicted and he's confused. But later he finds out that he is kind of also in love with Paul. Now, this story has several characters. It is very utopian, which made a lot of members of the LGBTQ community a little taken aback. They were a little taken aback because it is very utopian. Unless you live in a state like California, you're not going to find a very accepting group of people to be around that accepts LGBTQ unless you're among certain friends. I mean, that's just my opinion, and that's a lot of people's opinions. This book was also written in the 90s. You know, that was back in the day when Ellen DeGeneres was coming out and all of the drama that she went through coming out as a queer person.
Yeah.
So this book is very good, but it's very utopian. We have a drag queen who plays football, just one example, and she's a homecoming queen. They accept her so much that she's a homecoming queen.
I haven't read it. She did.
Her name is Infinite Darlene, and she is a hoot. I love catty queens, but she's not a queen in the sense she's transgender. But she plays football. So that part was really cute. But there's a lot of characters like Joni. I love Joni. She found out they were 2 years old. Joni is, and she kisses him, and he kisses her back, and like, oh, what was that? And they were took back and said, I'm sorry, I'm gay. And she's, oh, that's cool. Let's go play. Let's go do something. Like, oh, that's cool. And she's a little thing. So it's stories like that that are heartwarming, make you have so much hope for the future of the LGBTQ community. And we've came so far in the LGBTQ community. But this book is wonderful. I also have Loving Gelato. Now, Love and Gelato is written by Janet Evans Welsh. If you want a good summer romance read, I would suggest reading this, especially if you are on a plane about to go to Italy. This book is awesome. The author, Janet Evans Welsh, spent her childhood in Italy, Florence, Italy. Very descriptive, the story is. I love the audiobook and the very vivid descriptions of Italy. I felt like I was right there in Florence. Ponte Vecchio, when they talk about it made me think of the song O mio bambino caro. How she talks about how she wants to jump off the Ponte Vecchio because her dad won't let her marry the love of her life. And the story takes place, Lena, her mom's dying wish is to go to Florence, Italy. She is not wanting to go to Italy, but her mom, Hadley Emerson, is dying of pancreatic cancer. Her last request is, you need to go to Italy. She doesn't want to go to Italy. There are several reasons why she goes to Italy. I don't want to spoil the book, but she goes to Italy. Carolina is her full name, but she goes by Lena. She meets this guy named Ren, discovers her mother's journal, and it takes her back in time to when her mom was in Italy, in Florence, Italy, back in the day when she lived there, to the present day, and she ends up going to all these different places in her journal and ends up discovering her mom's past, her past, and discovering what love is. So this is a very good read. It's a very good summer read. One of the quotes that I loved most in this book was, you know how in English we say that people wear their hearts on their sleeves. Well, in Italian it means avere il cuore in mano. You hold your heart in your hand. And I just thought that was so beautiful.
It
Where
is.
we say,
cool.
they say you hold your heart in your hand instead of you hold your heart on your sleeve, which makes a lot more sense. I thought that was just a beautiful, beautiful quote. The next book is a book that I am currently reading, and it is Meet Cute. I'm in a few of the stories. There are a lot of expletives in this book, so if you are sensitive to expletives, I wouldn't go near this book. But it's an anthology from different writers. The stories go through loves of many color, of many genders. Some of them are like, oh, I just want to get through them. But there was one called The Print Shop, and there's one that I'm on right now. And it is called, and it takes place in Nashville, which I really love the storyline of this last story I'm actually in, Somewhere That's Green.
Somewhere that's green.
And it's about a transgender girl. The story vibe takes place in Nashville. The setting is in Nashville, which is really cool.
I like the cover.
And the cover is really neat. But it is an anthology from different authors. And not every author is going to be everybody's cup of tea. So people that rated were giving it a 3-star. But, you know, there are some wonderful stories that you're thinking to yourself, oh, man, I wish they would write more stories. So this is really good. I also have some other suggestions. The Wedding Date. I don't know much about this book. I just picked this up as a One True Pairing book because I like the biracial aspect of this book. So I'm going to give this book a whirl, and I'll probably review this book later this month, hopefully. But I'm going to get to All the Boys I've Loved Before, After, Meet Cute, and I'll do a full review on those books.
Now, the ones that I'm planning on getting into is, of course, the 50 Shades books.
Yeah.
I was thinking about unhauling these, but I figured no, I really like these, so.
And I like the story of Anastasia and Christian.
Yeah.
They are an OTP. Also, I'm going to watch the Twilight movies. So we have Twilight, Eclipse. We have New Moon, Eclipse, Breaking Dawn. Those. Team Jacob, though, but I understand why Jacob didn't. I'm Team Jacob. I love Jacob.
Edward.
You're Edward. I love the wedding scene. If you've ever seen the movie, I love the wedding. It was such a beautiful wedding. The way the designs and how it was outdoors and the colors, it was so beautiful. It made me want to cry. It was so pretty. I absolutely loved it.
Another trilogy that I just completed, this is an OTP, is of course the Infernal Devices trilogy, which includes Clockwork Angel, Prince, and Princess. It's a very good story. I won't go into a whole lot. I don't want to spoil this. I like going into this not knowing anything because it's just full of surprises, and it's a very beautiful poetic story. Cassandra Clare wrote the Mortal Instrument books, but then she the Infernal Devices, set in the 1800s. It follows the main protagonist, the main character, Tessa. It starts out where she is imprisoned by these two dark witches, and then she gets rescued by Will Herondale, and it just goes from there. There's not a love triangle, but it's a very beautiful story. It will make you cry. I'm so glad I finally got this read.
Yeah, you were telling me. And I'm not big into series books, but she's trying to get me into them, and that's cool.
And another series I'm wanting to complete this month, it is the Tiger's Curse books. That's the first one, and of course this is the second one. We have the third one, Tiger's Voyage, and Tiger's Destiny, which is the fourth one. Take place, the main character, her name is Kelsey, and she gets a summer job where she meets a tiger named Ren, and comes to find out that he is actually a prince who is cursed to live as a tiger. But it's a very beautiful story. I won't go into the second book because of obviously spoilers, but I'm roughly about 116 pages into the second one. I've been reading some other stuff too, so that's why. But I'm hopefully going to be finishing that series this month. That's what I plan on reading. Like I said, I've read the Infernal Devices. I'm working on that, and then if I have time, I'll get into the 50 Shades.
And if you decide you want to cuddle up with your significant other, your partner, your friends, just love is love. It's not about romantic love all the time. It's about friendship. So when you celebrate Valentine's Day, you're celebrating love of all kinds. Friendship love, brotherly love, your love of your partner, and your best friend, your romantic love. It's not just a romantic love, but for us it is, but it's also the love of our friends, our family. So it's just a celebration of love for us. It's really, we don't get into the hype of romance. But if you like to cuddle up with some good movies with your partner, Sleepless in Seattle and OTP, there is Annie and Sam. And then there is the movie The Perfect Man, which has Heather Locklear and Hilary Duff. Also the Twilight movies, The Wedding at the End, the New Moon series, so beautiful. So that's it for us today, guys. I'm Melanie.
And I'm Shannon.
And we wish you
Peace, love, books, and coffee. Take care.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Bye-bye.